Hello and welcome back. So we are currently, well, I was currently just sorting out the steam because, as you can notice, the lava is actually being affected significantly now, and this is always going to happen, of course. Using the heat from the lava to heat the water up into steam, physics says that obviously something has to cool down. That is the magma, and at some point the magma then becomes a solid instead of a liquid, as you can see. So eventually we will use up all of this lava and we'll have problems. Of course, this rock is still 900 degrees, so as long as it's above 100, we'll always have steam. But what I've tried to do, if we go on the automation, is there is now an automation wire. I don't know if they've built it all yet. Yeah, there is, but it's missing. Whoops, no, I don't. I also added more batteries just as a backup. So we also need to connect these. So, strangely, the batteries are putting out a red signal, but I'm sure they were still running, right? So now the batteries are putting out a green signal. So this cable should be green. And the cable being green tells these to run. I thought there was running when it was red though, so I'll need to check that when the batteries are actually full. But what's actually happening now is you should see it. Yeah, they've already filled up. So are they now? They're now red. Yes, and all of the steam turbines have, in fact, turned off. Which means we're only using the steam when we need to use the steam, and inadvertently it'll make it last a lot longer. Obviously these are going up and down, but there is that time, so for all the time that this goes from, you'll see actually, there it turns on, and very, very quickly it's filling up. Now I can increase this buffer by putting in more batteries, but I think, to be honest, 40,000 joules on this, what, 3, 6, 8 batteries. So yeah, you can now see it's turned off, so all of the time we're now using free energy effectively because the steam turbines are all turned off. So back up to the huge main rocket and probably, or hopefully, away. What's happened over here? Oh, this is the issue with the gas, no doubt. And we're unable to get to that to repair it. Okay, this is proving difficult. Basically, I'm trying to protect the pipes, and what I had to do, not necessarily to protect them, but more to just build them, because of course I can't overlap them, and I've got oxygen and steam coming up all over the place. So I dug down and replaced it with tiles so that I could do that, not paying attention to the fact that actually if I need to repair any of that because of the temperature, we would have problems. So, what's actually happening is, because this is so cold, yeah, it was always going to happen on it, and I didn't really think that through. So, that is definitely my fault. What I'm going to try and do is get them to build an insulation. Because this, obviously, all of this here is cold, right? Now, I am going to rip all of this out. And in fact, we can do a bit of scaffolding now if we... So, for example, and this is how I would do it. Looking at it two ways. So, the first way to look at it is, do I want to break into the vacuum of space? Because if so, I need them to be kitted out in spacesuits, or not, and I can get them to come and do it through here. And that's probably what I'm going to do, to be honest. Because the vacuum of space is there. So what I want to do is something like that, and then I would say every 3 to make sure that the access is available for them. Now these are on priority 1, so if somebody comes and works on this, they really have got nothing to do. And it would help if my keyboard was doing what I asked it to. Right. So, again, we'll just build up this scaffolding. This building is obviously going to get eaten as well when we get to it, which has got the medical pack there. It's nice, but irrelevant at the minute. And then another one here. And this is all going to get ripped out because the resource is always useful anyway. But again, this is all ice, right? And ice turns into its liquid form, whether that be polluted, as you can see lying here from this polluted ice, I'm guessing. Yep. But we also have ice. Now that's going to turn into water. We can turn water into oxygen and hydrogen, but oxygen. We can also turn the snow into oxygen. So all of that is very valid to keep. I am going to put a level 9 wall here, just to make sure that we keep these from interacting. What temperature is this at the minute? I may need to help that out and warm it up because we need the steam in this rocket. Currently it's working. What sort of temperatures are we looking at though? Yeah, that's not terrible. But we don't want it to stop. That's the biggest problem. And in fact, if we turn this steam pump off, we will stop that altogether. I don't... Right, disable on a 9. So somebody should be there pretty sharpish to turn that off. Leaving your steam in the gas pipe will eventually cool down, turn to water. As soon as you get a liquid in the gas pipe, it breaks. That's what's happening here. Obviously, this one can't be repaired because we can't get to it. Oh, no, we can. We can just climb up the ladder. Okay, that's fine. And then these can be repaired. But I'm not sure about these, though, because technically they're inside that block. But we'll get to that. But the idea is as soon as somebody switches this off, which I'm hoping is happening sometime today. Okay, we'll make them. It's fine. Somebody's obviously going to go in there now, right? No, because that's turned off. Okay, do that then. They've got spacesuits on, so although it's 200 degrees in there, it's not unthinkable. Right, and then we'll stop them going in there again. The spacesuit can obviously handle 200 degrees. But looking at this now, this steam will eventually empty out of this system back into this room, and all of these broken pipes will stop happening. Is the plan anyway. We have now got this little area made that is supported. Now the duplicates are fine, they're in the spacesuits, right? So they're not bothered about this minus 45 degrees. But the pipes and the things within the pipes are. So again, before this causes an issue, I am actually going to do a bit of a fancy here. And I mean, it's just about as fancy as I could ever be anyway. And this door, I am going to block them. Just like that. And then the same, I'm going to build this door up a level now. And with some water flow tiles made out of cobalt, just because we can, I am going to make this entire floor out of cobalt. And what this is now going to do, in fact, I'm going to lock that when somebody can get the chance. And this will allow any liquids that we get from doing this process to fall through this and down here. Meaning that the duplicates don't have to walk through the wet floor. And as such, get soggy feet, as it's called. Which is a mood debuff. So let me just make sure this is going to get completed, like so. Okay. So they can now come through there, and as you can see, it's a nice shiny blue floor, which I do like very much. And then with these, I think just a bit of randomness. What is that? 4? Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one. And then 4, and then there. I just kind of keep this pattern just to make sure that they can reach everything we need them to. And the good thing about this, because I've got the chain deconstruction... Oh dear. Oh dear, someone's got trapped, I think. Right, so these guys are all trapped. Okay, so on an emergency, break open this. This also can be auto, allowed both ways and unlocked. So that should solve that problem now. I can at least get to there. There we go. Why on earth are people there? Okay. So there are people suffocating, but they should be able to get out, right? Where if you dig here, you'll be able to escape. Simple. There we go. So there's only this one. Oh no, there's two here. There we go. So now they can escape as well. And actually, I'm going to say you're not allowed to go through that door. Access denied. Right, and then a priority. We're going to pick this priority up now. So everything on this grid here is going to go up. Just simply because this is a task that we need doing. And while we're waiting for the rocket to be ready, though it should be. And I did take the time to do the interior already. So let's start by doing that section there. Oof, that's going to take a bit of digging. But as long as we keep up here with this wall, it shouldn't be space exposure anyway. Okay, so this rocket is much larger than its predecessor, HMS Stinky. This rocket also does not have a name, so I will leave it in the comments, though I appreciate I'm new, so I'm not getting many comments. But if there is a comment for a name for this, I will use it. It's a steam rocket again, which is fueled. We have a battery module, as you can see here, holding the power. Of course, at the minute it's fluctuating a little bit because the solar panels are fluctuating also. We've got 3 rover modules, which means that the planet that we're going to, which is the first one that we've discovered, which is this one here called Zapilios. That planet, we'll put them on. And then obviously we've got the upgraded Spacefarer module. This one holds 1 person, which is depicted by this, which is a right mess, just saying. So let's get somebody to sort that out ASAP. But then if we move over to this one, it's significantly nicer. So what we actually have as a build here is quite simple, and I'll just pause it. So we've got a bathroom here. The sink and the toilet behind this door. Now, unfortunately, it's too small to count as a room, but never mind, it will do. Again, here is a bedroom. Now, this does count as a bedroom. I'm not sure. What is the minimum size? 12. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it is the minimum size. So I can't make that any smaller to make the bathroom work. The bathroom needs to be 12 also. I'm just wondering if there's something I can do fancy with the doors, but I'll look at that another time because it's been built. I used all my diamond for the wallpaper, so as you can see, beauty wise, that is not the beauty icon. That is. It's very lovely. And then everything else was made out of gold amalgam mostly. So there is 4 beds in here for 4 duplicants, but realistically there's only going to be 1 going on the first mission anyway. Downstairs you've got the control panel. You've got the fridge full of a type of food. We have mainly gristleberries and pickled meals. They last the longest and they work. A power thing there to make these run, and then a couple of mess tables. Again, there's 2 but 4, but it was just the space that I had. Then here we've done exactly the same, just to say the liquid is plumbed. It's not loaded up yet, but it is plumbed to put the water in to make the sink and that work, and then obviously to take the crap water out. Again with the gas, I've done exactly the same as I did before. So you can see the pipe is full, and each one of these has got 1 kilogram of oxygen in it. The difference though is I used a high pressure vent. And I used a high pressure vent to force a lot more oxygen into the actual tank, into the space. And up here is a atmo sensor detecting how much. So this is saying that when the oxygen gets to 2.5 kilos or 2,500 grams, it will not allow any more in. I don't want them to get popped eardrums and stuff like that. So it just holds a lot more. And then finally, here is a very small mini gas pump and a gas element sensor that's looking for carbon dioxide. Of course, the carbon dioxide will settle on the bottom. And when it does, that will turn the pump on, and the pump will hopefully pump the carbon dioxide out. It could also take some oxygen. I haven't really got room to do a filter there, so it's better than nothing, right? Also, it shows in the pipe, so I can always manually turn it off should I need to. So that's really it. That's obviously the control panel as standard. So if we... No, we don't need to change crew. We need to set the destination to be there. Okay. To the... We're going to go to its orbit. We can't land the rocket because there's no panel there, but we're going to go to orbit because, of course, that is where the rovers can do their magic. So you can see the rocket actually is ready to launch as is. We know it's got all of the bits in it that we need. It's got the steam. You can see it there. So actually, we can try and get this on its way. Now, if we look over here, there is no pilot on board. Is that him on his way? No. So we now need to get the pilot to switch it over to crew. Change crew. We'll go with Hassan. So all we have here now is Hassan waiting for him to come. He'll obviously go, get onto the rocket. Have these been filled up with the resource? I blooming hope so. Yeah, they have. So now, if I'm not mistaken, that should be a clean sheet, right? It is. So then before I forget, which I do every time, we're going to switch this signal switch here. That will get rid of this platform that's... I mean, it should be up there anyway, right? I just realised. Anyway, that platform's useless. But regardless... 3, 2, 1, go. And there he goes into the depths of space, never to be seen again. I'm joking. I'm hoping we'll see him again. I'm just checking, actually. Some of that heat made it through here, which was interesting. I mean, it's not a bad thing. We needed the heat there. But yeah, you can see there's a bit of warmth gaining. And really, I want this to be like there. But I'm not going to do that until... Yeah, I'm just not going to do that until we can. So let's just bunch over here and see that we have got... All of this is entombed, so it needs digging out. And we have... How many duplicates over here? 320,000 food, 3 duplicates. That's good. I will, of course, choose a blueprint. Sure, fried mushrooms is more food. We can get one of these now. This one's got a blue face, so you're going. And then we'll send him back to the home planet. The only reason we came here was because it was easy for the teleport in and to get the oil, right? To set up the oil. The oil is set up. So we are providing water, I hope. We are providing water to the oil pump. The oil pump is making oil. The oil is then sent back home. That is on both of these. There is one more here. But to be honest, for now, this will do me. So I'm bringing the people back. Because to be honest, they've had quite a rough time there. And I think it's about time they had a break. I'm also going to just copy a couple of these built storage boxes. But, and again, this base has survived on a lot of grub bugs. Are they grub bugs? They're not grub plug slugs. There you go. And some solar panels, which is just glass. Of course, they're not running at the minute because they've been snowed on. But it's fine. We're good. So, back to base. And I think what we can do here is just wait a little bit. I'm going to actually wait. For you, it will be instant. For me, it will be a bit of time. But we're going to wait for the rocket to arrive at its destination. So I'll be right back. And welcome back, and here we are. So the rocket is now in orbit, as it shows on that statement, and you can see... sorry, this one. You can see he's not the happiest duplicate in the world. Also, I've just realised, and yes, it's my fault again, I didn't actually put the liquid in, so he's not been able to use the toilet. So that's why he's peeing all over the floor. But never mind. He's just done it again. But it's fine, because he can clean it up. So, we are in orbit, and as you can see, if I just briefly pause this, you will see this is the new planet. So, new pastures, or pastures new, whatever they say. And from here, we are going to land our drones, I hope. And by drones, I mean rovers. Now, I need to remind myself how I do that. I think it might be from here. Yes, it is. So I can deploy rovers in various different places. They can climb, but not the greatest. So let's put them all over here, right? So we'll do that one there, and that one there. Now, what should happen is now you should see them coming out of orbit and landing, and then immediately a little drone comes out, a little rover drone. It doesn't look like you can do multiples, I'm guessing then, maybe? Because, let's slow this down a little bit. Zapalos. This is where we're at, and of course, somebody's suffocating, that's these idiots. Okay, well, as you can see, they've made a huge difference up there. We've got all this cleaned out. It took a lot longer than I expected, to be honest, to get there, so... So, on the star map, we can go here, and then you deploy number 2, and we'll put him there. And then, of course, over to the planet itself, and wait for that to actually land. Like so. And then, finally... the third one. And these rovers, they could do all the stuff, normal things like digging and stuff. They can't do complicated tasks, but they should be able to do enough, i.e. build the items we need to actually get duplicates over here and be comfortable when they arrive already. So we will wait for that one to land now. I'm pretty sure I clicked that right. And of course, the first thing I want them to do is get digging. So we can see here, to get down to this level, I need to dig all of this out. Like so. And as you can see, there they go. Smacking the rocks. Right, that will get us down to this level. We then need to come down... where are we at? Here. To this level. Okay. And then, of course, we need to get down... here, preferably. Now they can't do that, which is unfortunate, but what we can get them to do is dig out, hopefully, a stair to get us closer. We can also get them to build tile floors to get around that, just to get to this rummage this crash shit. What liquid is that? It's just salt water. Okay. So we will try to get them kind of... yeah, that'll work. Try and get a print screen of that. So as you can see, they're digging away. They can go, I think, 2 blocks. Could be wrong, but I think it's 2 blocks. This is going to get missed, but again, I'm not too bothered. And we've got already, you can see, a couple of beds there. There is some excellent plant there, which is new, and we've got the trees to make wood, which is also new. So that is very useful for a starting planet. Now these two can't be dug by them, but I don't think that matters because they're only too high, right? Oh, oh yeah, I didn't actually complete this here, did I? So this needs to go as well. And just for reference, these can't recharge. They last an amount of time, as you can see just here. Chemical battery, 180 kilojoules. They've got 175, and then when they die, they die. So the idea here is that you just give them as much work as possible to do, and hopefully they get it done. If at any point they're standing doing nothing, you're wasting them. So it's best not to do that. Now, rocket in orbit, that's important actually. I need to fix that. So if we go over to the rocket and we say for the rocket to go home, he will tell the rocket to take him home, and off he goes. And this will leave us on this planet with the robots to do what we need to do. Now, they can build ladders, so we're going to build a ladder here. I'm going to say to take out all of the, actually all of that as well, because that is the floor level. Like so, firstly. I don't know if they can rummage and inspect. That's not them, it's me anyway, so that doesn't matter. We're dealing with that, and then obviously I'm going to put this ladder back in so they can get back up there should they need to. Check who's suffocating. It's them again, not a problem. Back to the Civilios. And for reference, for those of you, if you are interested, yes, you can deconstruct the rovers and get some free resources from them. But we'll hold off for now because we don't actually need that. Also, somehow he's managed to get trapped up there. So let him build that. Okie dokie. And then I am going to put this in here to allow us to actually dig down 2 blocks. And this will allow this water to drain away naturally. Obviously we can't break any of that, so that's not going to work. But as you can see, it's already proving beneficial for these beds. I mean, they're still classed as underwater, but it won't take long. But on that note, we're going to leave it there and come back on the next episode to see how we get on this new planet. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome. Take care. Goodbye.